Location classified. 10:27 a.m. Two U.S. Marine Seahawks are almost 4 hours into a training mission to rescue troops cornered deep in enemy territory. Both aircraft are low on fuel and desperately need to rendezvous with a C-130 refueling plane.
Burning 2,000 pounds an hour. So those guys need to get here.
But the C-130 is delayed by a storm.
Still no joy on the refueling.
Lieutenant Colonel Ken Karika is minutes away from being unable to return to base, the moment pilots call the bingo point.
My inclination is to say we hit bingo and we head home.
But aborting the mission would mean abandoning fellow Marines.
5.2 on the fuel. Roger.
The crew scours the skies for the C-130. Finally, they spot the Hercules.
Well, we're gonna get gassed right away. Roger.
Seahawk closes in on the swinging fuel pipe. Lieutenant Colonel Karika must guide the nozzle on his Seahawk into the funnel from the C-130 tanker.
You really need me to go all the way around? I want you to just stay out of the terrain because I'm...
For most pilots, this would be a terrifying maneuver and a code red collision hazard.
Just coming down a little bit. Keep going, Roger.
Seahawk needs to fly in the turbulent wake of the massive tanker, with less than 50 feet between them.
In fact, I got a pretty clear shot now.
It demands fierce concentration.
I got it. 2,500 pounds of fuel.
JP-8 fuel gushes into Seahawk at a rate of 300 gallons a minute. Karika must exactly match the C-130's speed to keep that fuel line loose. If it becomes taut, it won't disengage. With full tanks, Karika detaches from the C-130 and resumes the mission.
All right, we're gonna go up over and into the valley on the other side. To see. Yes, sir.
They're now deep in hostile territory and just 60 miles from the Marine ground forces.
All right, guys, we're tracking. Underneath. Look, I see.
And then, the cockpit defense warning system screams to life.
That's not good.
A Stinger surface-to-air missile has locked on to Seahawk. Karika throws Seahawk into a violent, hard turn.
No, you don't. I don't know. Looks like...
Seahawk pilots are the best of the best. But evading a Stinger is challenging, even for aces. And the missile locked onto Seahawk is getting dangerously close. The Seahawk is seconds from obliteration. Lieutenant Colonel Karika draws on his 15 years flight experience.
I'm pushing about that. I got it. It's running. Looks clear.
He's lost the Stinger.
Eureka.
Seahawk approaches the rendezvous site. It's time to transform. Combat airplane becomes assault helicopter. No aircraft in the world has this capability.
All right, Smooch, I'm going to level off then at 10.5.
They're now vulnerable to small arms fire.
We should be well above.
Lieutenant Colonel Kurika decides to risk a landing and hopes the Marines are close by. Seahawk is vulnerable. They can't sit on the ground for long.
A lot of middle nowheres. That's not good. 10 seconds.
Seahawk is seconds away from abandoning the mission.
Sorry about that. We did our best, man. All right, guys.
Suddenly, the Marines appear. Seahawk takes off immediately and speeds away. And this is exactly what the aircraft was meant to do.
Do solemnly swear? Do solemnly swear.
One of the Marines decides to re-enlist for another term in the Corps on the spot.
Sergeant Clint A. Mahalik has been accepted for re-enlistment in the United States Marine Corps.
Seahawk and crew are ready for their next mission, where they may be extracting Marines from an Afghan firefight.